really glad you could have breakfast with me.
Be better if we were having it in bed.
Oh, yeah. Are you flirting with me?
Am I? Nah. Maybe a little bit. Hey, listen, you know what? Once this custody hearing's over and things settle down, I'll be able to spend a little more time with you. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
So am I.
Maybe I don't know. I shouldn't be doing this right now, but I don't know.
How fortuitous. I was just going to a process server to have them track you down, and now I can save the taxpayers their money. There, you're served. You're going to be testifying in the custody hearing.
What is your point in putting Sam on the stand? She's had minimal contact with my children. She can't comment on my fitness as a parent or Carly's.
She's your lover. That makes her relationship with you germane to this case.
I don't understand. What is going on with you? You hate Carly, but you're defending her. You're going out of your way to antagonize me.
I'm doing the job that Carly's paying me to do.
Oh, is this what? Is this all because we had a connection once? Well, let me tell you something. I will treat you like anybody else who has wronged me. But I got an advantage because I know your weaknesses. And I will break you, Alexis.
This conversation is moot. The judge already signed the subpoena. Be prepared to testify today.
Let me see that. Let me see that.
You and Alexis had a former connection? What was that all about? Oh, wait. I'm not about to
No,
ask.
it's fine.
Right?
It's fine. Alexis used to be my lawyer. I considered her a friend. And we slept together one night. And ever since that happened, nothing's been the same.
Don't tell me you guys got subpoenaed too.
No.
We're here to ask you a really, really big favor, one that we realize we have no right
Just
to
tell me
ask.
what you need.
Okay. Elizabeth killed Xander.
Are you guys sure?
Yeah, well, she admitted it. Xander was blackmailing Elizabeth with the baby, threatening to cause all kinds of trouble if she didn't help him get Emily back. She panicked and then hit him with a pipe.
How many people know?
Other than myself, Emily, Lucky, Rick, Elizabeth, and now yourself.
And this is where the favor comes in.
Elizabeth was about to confess, but we came up with the idea of pinning Xander's murder on Capelli.
You know, bad cop. He's already dead.
I get it. You want me to say that Capelli told me he killed Xander before I shot
We
him?
realize that it is an outrageous request, and if Elizabeth's entire life and the life of her baby weren't at stake, then...
If you know what? If I swore to something that I know is a lie, that's perjury. This could be Rick's way to set me up.
So you and Carly almost divorced?
We got as far as filing the papers, and then we got them pulled.
Well, if it happened once, it could happen again.
Well, the first time Carly and I couldn't move on. This time it's already done.
Where does Alexis fit in?
Well, like I said, you know, she was my attorney. We used to hang out after work, and you know, I mean, flirted a little bit, but no big deal, you know.
Oh, come on, Sonny. Obviously, I went a little further than that.
No, not really. I mean, one night we had sex, and that was pretty much the end of the story. But Alexis, I think, was hoping for more, and she got her feelings hurt. But after that, she turned against me. But I think it had to do. Her sister died in an explosion that was meant for me. And after that, it was over. She hated me ever since.
Another beautiful friendship sacrificed on the altar of the casual fling.
Well, that's why I'm trying to be clear with you. There's only so much I can give, you know? And at this point, I don't want to lose another friend. I don't got very many left. So you do not want to fall in love with a guy like me, because I would only disappoint you. And disappointment sometimes, you know, can turn into hate. And I like you too much to risk that.
Oh, good. Well, you're lucky I like you back. Because that was probably one of the most arrogant statements I've ever heard in my life. You don't have anything to worry about. I have no intention of falling in love with you, Mr. Irresistible. In fact, if you ever gave me the indication that that's what you were looking for, I would run screaming in the other direction.
Anyway, I mean, this is a lot more trouble than you bargained for, and I had no idea you were going to get called on the stand.
Oh, come on. What's the worst that can happen? Alexis is going to ask me what I think of you, right? I'm going to tell him. Truth. I think you're terrific. Yeah.
You know why I'm here?
Got your statement all prepared and ready for signature.
I didn't even get to lie my own way.
I'm just trying to speed this whole process up, Jason. I don't want to take up any more of your valuable time than is necessary. Please. You're welcome to read it over. Any changes that you deem necessary.
If I sign this, it's perjury, Rick.
Look, Jason, I spoke on Sonny's behalf at his custody hearing. That means he owes me. I'm calling in that favor so that I can help my wife, which I'm going to do anyway. I would appreciate your help. That's why I asked Emily and Nicholas here to intercede. If that's a problem, you just let me know, and I'd be happy to go to Sonny, have him order you to help me.
No, Rick, you are making dangerous assumptions if you think Sonny owns me. Or that he would do anything for you for any reason.
You know what? We all hate each other. You, me, Sonny. Okay? It's a big mutual contempt society. Can we acknowledge that and then move on so that we can think about Elizabeth here? She meant something to you at one point, or am I wrong about that?
No.
All right. You're holding her life in your hands. If you agree to help us pin Xander's murder on Capelli, then she can move on. She can be the mother and the wife that she so desperately wants to be. If you don't, she's going to confess. She's going to go to prison, and I'm sure you don't want that.
I get the plan, Rick, okay? And it makes sense. But for this to work, I have to trust you, and I don't.
I'm doing it for my wife, Jason. Okay? Nobody's going to contradict your statement. Xander and Capelli are both dead. And everybody in this room is on the same page.
Please, Jason.
I slammed on my brakes and Sonny pulled me out of my car.
Did he have a gun?
Yes. But I never felt like my life was in danger. He wanted to get away, and he made that very clear to me.
How long have you and Mr. Corinthos been sleeping together?
Since mid-January.
Has Mr. Corinthos ever paid you for sex?
Excuse me?
Objection, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I have proof that Ms. McCall worked as a prostitute on more than one occasion.
I'll allow it.
Has Mr. Corinthos ever paid you for sex?
Absolutely not.
Let's see what we've got here. According to your criminal record, you pleaded no contest to solicitation 2 years ago in Texas.
The cops were lying. They were
Yes
just looking.
or no question, Ms. McCall.
Yes.
Thank you. I also see entered pleas of no contest to multiple counts of petty theft and fraud in several states. You have a history of bad debt, and you were charged with 19 counts of grand auto theft.
I was never convicted.
Right, because the charges were dropped in exchange for your testimony against the leader of the grand theft auto ring, who was your boyfriend at the time. Isn't that correct?
I was 18 and he was 27. He lied to me. And he used me. So I agreed to testify against him. What does any of this have to do with Sonny losing custody of his kids?
Miss McCall, has Mr. Corinthos ever introduced you to his children or allowed you to spend any time with them?
completely understand where you're coming from. I mean, I hate being in a position where we have to trust Rick. But I believe in this case that he's motivated not to betray us, given this is about saving Elizabeth.
I mean, would I rather do it another way, of course, but it seems like this is the only solution.
Look, if you've got an alternative plan, I'm sure we'd all be happy to hear it.
Are we done?
Case is officially closed.
I'm so grateful.
Yeah, you know what? I want Elizabeth to have the life that she finally deserves, even if this is what it takes. Rick, don't trust him. No matter what Elizabeth wants you to believe, he is not your friend.
Would you like a tissue, Miss McCall?
No, I'm fine.
Would you like a glass of water?
I said I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Then answer the question, please. Has Mr. Corinthos allowed you to have contact with his children?
I've met Michael. Briefly.
When was the last time that you were in Mr. Corinthos' home?
Last night.
Was Michael there?
Yes.
Was Morgan there?
I assume he
You
was up.
assume he was upstairs? Where else would a baby in diapers be, Miss McCall? Taking a stroll on the waterfront?
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Were both of Mr. Corinthos' sons in the penthouse when you visited last night?
Yes.
Nothing further.
I have only 2 questions for you, Miss McCall. Did Mr. Corinthos ever ask you to be a part of his boys' lives? To take on a maternal role?
Never.
Did you ever tell Mr. Corinthos that you've been arrested for solicitation? Or any other crime?
No, I did not.
Thank you.
Miss McCall, you may step down.
No eye contact. Don't look at her if she walks by. Nothing.
When are you pulling out?
In the next few days, I just want to pay my fees and taxes in full.
Well, you owe $75. You know, if I know when you're coming back, I can hold your berth
No,
for you.
thank you. I won't be coming back. I don't have any reason to stay in Port Charles anymore.